Okay, I have lowered the bitrate even further.
I probably look like shit
It's
now. More
oh my
shit
god,
than normal.
it's green now. I dropped it to fucking 1500. Probably
Oh,
looks like
thank God.
Numbers,
shit.
I don't know what they mean.
Someone confirm for me. It probably looks like shit still.
Looks alright to me.
It looks like arse. Good
Oh,
job.
No,
Get
that's
wrecked.
that's just Dave.
YOLO.
Yeah,
Stop with the Dave jokes.
we're still losing frames. There's nothing else I can really do about that.
I'm right here.
Let's just
Yeah,
start,
we're
dude.
going.
Let's
Yeah, we're
just
going. I set it to
Don't worry
record
about it.
locally so we can begin. Okay, so I think
Alright.
it's time for everyone to introduce themselves. So we'll start with the newcomer. There's
Hey,
two of them here.
I
Everyone's
assume
a
that's me,
newcomer.
right?
Damn it! Who am I supposed to pick?
I was going to say, I was like, what? I'm kind of
Oh,
new. I've never been here before, unless I've
Zoe's never
forgotten.
been here. Person's never been here. I don't fucking know anymore. We'll go clockwise. RC face, you start.
My name is naturally RC Face. You may know me as LikesToRaveDave, but I don't actually stream or do YouTube at the minute. Sanctus is just being really mean and calling me an RC Face, and people have already started calling me RC Face outside of the stream, which is great. So,
And there's nowhere people can find you? You don't want people finding you? Are you a
well,
recluse?
I've got a Twitch. I'm going to stream eventually. I've got like Twitch/LikesToRaveDave, but there's nothing on it at the moment. I have Twitter, which is just at LikesToRaveDave, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh my gosh. And next on the clock turn is LorIsAwesome down there.
Hi guys, it's LorIsAwesome. You can find me on twitch.tv LorIsAwesome. You can find me on Twitter, which is Twitter/LorIsAwesome. I like to stream a lot, so normally I'm on for a couple of hours only. Um, I'd like to try every day, but I've been really, really lazy for the last couple of days, so yeah, I'm Australian. The end.
And I'm
That's the
British.
story. Australian the story. That's it. And the
that's all
story.
you needed.
Self-explanatory.
Get wrecked, everyone.
Sounds about right.
alright, so now I guess me.
No.
No?
On to the
Okay,
next
we'll just,
topic.
we'll just skip
Sure,
it.
go ahead first.
Alright, yeah, I am a person 46. You can find me mostly on YouTube because I don't stream ever. I'm a Let's Player and kind of Minecrafter, I guess. But, yeah, that sums it up. I'm a nerd.
I like Minecraft. I might watch some of your Let's Plays then.
Oh, I don't Minecraft. I don't Let's Play Minecraft. I do that in other games because Let's Plays will go on forever in Minecraft. I need
Very
ends.
true.
Oh man. I love how Jerk Rose just said we have to explain the accents. Basically, I'm British, Laura's Australian, and the other two are American. So, yeah.
And then plot twist, a person turns out to be Canadian. He's
No,
not
you know?
Canadian.
I know he's a state. I know you said he's only a state away from you, so I knew he wasn't.
And
And
stayed away. That's practically Canada. Maybe Mexico. I stopped counting.
Didn't Sarah Palin say that she saw Russia from her window? So doesn't that mean that America's so small you can see Russia from where you are?
Well, the Bering Strait's actually really thin at
was
one
she using
point.
was she using Google Earth at the time? Is that what she was?
No,
Yeah.
she's just fucking crazy.
Oh god, now I'm suddenly reminded of all those weird people who do like weird poses and shit just get caught on the Google Earth
There's
videos.
so many in England. There's so many. There's a guy in Aberdeen. There's a whole row of people on either side of the road with horse masks on in Aberdeen somewhere.
That is awesome. That is amazing. I
That's
want a
very
horse
well done.
mask because it's a horse
I'm, go-
mask.
I'm gonna see if I can find the actual street address.
I have a stark revelation for everyone. What if Jerkro said he was from America?
Da, da, da.
No, Jericho's really from Canada.
Oh, so he's Mexican. Got it.
Nah, it's Hispanic.
Little Grey Riding Hood, thanks, runs.
Okay, so should we get on to our first topic?
Sure.
I'm playing Plague Inc., so whatever you want to do, I'll just butt in whenever I feel like it.
I've seen that picture, Dave. That's what he's claiming.
Yeah.
Yep,
well,
because you apologize so much, Joker.
Genius.
that GIF
so
was crazy though.
who would like to pick our first topic?
Well, we should talk about the Steam sale first, I reckon.
Steam sale.
Steam.
So I guess we'll go maybe clockwise. Face.
Yeah. Sure.
So is that me first?
Well, let's see. I think Lore has 2 of them on there, so let's start with Lore.
Okay, yeah. I'll talk about Deadly Premonition at the end if that's okay, because it will take a really long time to explain.
No, that's fine.
But the first one on my list for the Steam sale, well, let's just start with the Summer Steam sale and talk about what it's about. The Summer Steam sale is a sale that happens every year during the summertime. They also do a Christmas Steam sale, which happens in the winter, except that's opposite if you're from Australia, which the summer sale starts in winter and the winter sale starts in summer. But yeah. At the moment, they're doing a pretty interesting thing where you can be assigned to teams, and if you collect or craft badges, you can actively make your team win by crafting badges. And the team that wins normally gets 30 people out of that gets three games off their wish list for free at the end of the day. So if you're interested in that, you can go to Steam, and on the main page, the store page, you just scroll down, and it says to basically add yourself as a team that's randomly selected for you. You can't actually choose a team, and at the end of the day, they announce who wins, and they give the 30 people that have been chosen the 3 wishlist games that they have, but you have to be in that, so you have to craft a badge on that day. Yeah. So my choice for the Steam Summer Sale is Skullgirls. It's a fighting game that's got a noir sort of characteristic to it. The great thing about Skullgirls is that all of the fighters in that game are female, except for Big Band, who's now a free DLC, who's a male who uses basically big band instruments to fight. Yeah, and I like it because it's very female orientated. It's got a great story mode, and it's basically all of the girls are different mutations. So, and there's a zombie DLC that you can get as well. There's one that's a zombie. So, yeah.
I look at
that's
the
Skullgirls.
rating for it, and like the first thing that pops out is partial nudity.
Well, it
Like,
is
it's
partial
guys.
nudity. They're very sexualized.
I think
Obviously, because males would be their primary demographic, because there's more male gamers than female gamers on Steam at the moment.
I had a look and it looked pretty cool. Like you linked it to me and I had a look and it looked like quite a cool little game that I'd like to pick up at some point.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap at the moment. It's sitting at 66% off. No, 50% off, sorry. It's $7.49 at the moment, so it's relatively cheap.
For me, it'd be like £5 or something like that.
Yeah, I would wait until the end of the Steam sale because of the fact that normally small independent games get higher markings off, so
Yeah, they tend to pop up in the flash sales.
Yeah.
on
They get
June
ya.
29, if you see it and it's sitting there and it's like $5, I'd recommend getting it.
Yeah, it does sound good. Does sound good.
Love
Alright,
me my
next
fighting
person.
games. Are we going clockwise still?
Yes, yes. It is your
Alright,
turn,
so-
person.
So my game of choice was actually a triple pack, the BioShock triple pack, which I bought it in the winter sale, and I really suggest getting it. One, because it's the 3 games, and they are just, I believe, killer. No pun intended. But it's a very grungy feel of the BioShock, where you're in Rapture and just killing shit. I don't know what else to say about it.
When J-Rod 311 played through it, Infinite basically melted his mind at the end.
I haven't played Infinite yet. I'm almost to it. So
You're gonna like
I
Infinite.
like the. Does that include the new BioShock Infinite DLC?
no, I'm looking at it and I don't see it.
I don't think it does. No, I don't think it does.
Because I think if you buy that pack and then if the BioShock Infinite DLC also is on sale, I would buy that.
The season
be
pass.
honest.
The season pass is 40% off right now.
Just a quick note though as well is if you're going to buy BioShock Infinite and buy the DLC, don't buy the DLC before you've played the first game because half of the story won't make any sense because it's kind of linked between the two. So make sure you've played the first game before getting the DLC. Because I had a friend who got it and was like, I hated the DLC. It didn't make any sense. It was underwater and all this stuff. And I was like, it's probably because you haven't played the first game.
So I think we shall move on to my game of choice. My game I managed to find on there was Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition.
Someone fucking buy him this game, please.
He's
Just
so
saying.
hyped. He's been collecting and selling Steam trading cards to try and get the money on his Steam account so he can get this
I'm
game.
literally like $5 short of the damn thing. This is the only
Sad.
Dynasty Warriors game I've ever seen on PC. Ever. And I was about to resort
Looks
to
like a good game.
emulating the PlayStation 2 ones. Like, this thing is a hack and slash in the truest sense. And this is,
Hashtag pray for Sanctus. I actually might make that a hashtag with all of my followers.
God.
Someone please buy him this game. Link the game. Hashtag pray for Sanctus.
Here, I will make it easier. I will link the store page into
Oh God.
Stream Chat. There we go. It's a lot easier than saying the full thing again.
Brilliant.
This game
Brilliant.
And
is
how much is it, Sanctus? Just
It is-
to tell everybody how
it
much
is 50% off right now at $24.99. It is normally $50.
And it's worth every penny because it's actually quite a big game.
Oh, I saw this game.
There's extreme levels of replayability in Dynasty Warriors. And that same model is what is going to be used in Hyrule Warriors when it's released, because it is a Warriors game. Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors Gundam, Warriors Orochi, and Hyrule Warriors are going to be the full complement soon.
Yeah.
Hyrule
Sounds
will be
good.
the newcomer. But this game is just an entire hack and slash power trip.
You're
And
getting me hyped.
the voiceovers on the game are basically equivalent to that of like those
80s
voiceover-
Japanese films.
yeah, like Chinese and Japanese films where they've got just the generic voiceovers, but you're there for the action and what they're saying, not how they're saying it. It's that kind of feel. So
Sounds pretty good.
I could continue ranting about that, but I want
Oh,
Dave
we
to
know.
get a chance. Shall we talk about your game, Dave?
Well, I put down XCOM because most of the other games like BioShock and like other stuff I kind of already own and have played through. And I'm not saying they're bad or anything. It's just XCOM is something I've always wanted to buy but never actually got around to getting. So it's it's basically a game where it's a strategy game about aliens attacking, and you basically have to manage your squad and send them into missions and stuff. Watched a few videos on YouTube, and it's currently at let me get it up. It's currently on the main. It was on yesterday's Steam sale, so it's currently at 75% off, which in the UK is a price down cut from £14.99 in pounds to £3.74. So it's a bit on a bargain at the moment. So I might have to grab that. But yeah, just essentially a game that I've had my eye on for a long time, never had the money to buy, and really looking forward to it. Should hopefully be able to hit that up.
Yeah, I've seen a mod for. There was a mod for XCOM that basically adds a bunch of new units, ratchets up the difficulty way the fuck up.
Yeah.
And you're basically starting with against entire squads of enemies on the first fucking mission. They tear you apart.
I mean, it's quite a hard game anyway, from what I've seen. Like, it's one of those games where you have a squad and you level them up, and each mission they'll get experience and they'll sort of level up. You specialize them into like squaddies or like people who have like shotguns, medics, all that sort of stuff. As soon as one dies, you have to then recruit a new squaddie who starts all the way from the beginning again. So you really need to micromanage everything to make sure your squad members don't die, because you can have like a level 10 that's taken you like hours and hours to build. He gets shot in the head by an alien, bang, gone straight away, can't get him back. So
yeah, there was another game that there's in development under Sony that has permadeath like that. It's called H1Z1. Have you ever heard of that?
yeah, I heard of that game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know much about it, but I've heard of it.
it's currently in alpha, and they do there's a podcast done by my COO, and they've had developers for the game on. It's shaping up to be pretty good. It basically takes elements from several of those different zombie survival games. Like, you've got some of the like the storage system from DayZ. You've got the better gunplay mechanics, because the ones in DayZ suck. You've got some of the elements of Rust, like building stuff, and then there's several other elements in there that are new. Like, you can even trap animals for food. You can build
Cool.
you can build a little bunny trap, put it on the ground, come back like 10 minutes later, there's a bunny in it. You got food.
Sweet.
And
Sounds
the
pretty cool.
zombies actually have better AI, and they don't go through walls. That's a big thing. And they don't
Bloody
fly
data.
either. Okay.
I was yeah.
I'm gonna break off from my tangent now. Shall we talk about deadly premonitions?
Yeah, that's
Deadly
the next one.
Premonition.
Deadly Premonition.
Yeah,
Chat says
everyone
otherwise.
should buy this game.
I've seen videos of it, but Law knows a lot more than I do, so I'll let her go ahead with it.
Everyone should buy this game. I'm just saying it now. It's the funniest game I've ever played. People find it twisted and sad, but just how it's presented is absolutely hilarious. You play a cop named York who basically has premonitions about things, and he finds these premonitions out by looking at his coffee every morning. And you are sent to basically little ass town that has a woman basically tied to a tree and she's dead. And he talks to someone, and you never find out who it is until the very end, where he's actually talking to someone that's in his head that helps him figure out the crime. So he's either completely ballistic and talking to himself and just believes this person is here, or it's basically some divine entity that you don't see during the game. But the cutscenes are hilarious. The concept is hilarious. And you go into these sort of dream states where there's like red rose blossoms falling from the sky and stuff. You have to interact with the clues that you found.
So the
And just
spirit
how
is
he
trying to
says
seduce
shit.
him?
Oh, no, he's actually a male. So that would actually I'd find that more interesting if that happened. Like, oh baby, forget about the case. Come
What?
back to my place.
No, just
Yeah,
forget
what-
about the case. You and you. Get on! In that
No.
voice.
What I know about this game is I watched a few videos on YouTube, and the only impression I only watched like 20 minutes, and the only impression I got was these very confusing cutscenes. I was just like, what is going on here? And then like the enemies in it, because to me it was like a third-person sort of survival horror-y sort of thing. But obviously Law knows it better than I do. But then these zombies, they arch back like this. I can't go too far back, but they
Yeah.
go into sort of like this sort of shape where their head is here, and
Yep.
they look back at you and walk back at you like this while you're shooting at them, and I just burst into laughter because I just thought it just looked hilarious.
It's so
Crap
stupid.
people.
It's a cult
Crap.
classic for a reason. It's a cult classic for a reason.
Did you
It's
find the crab
66%
people?
off
Well, the
on this. Sorry.
sorry, the YouTube user that I watched, his first line on his first video was, "This is my favorite worst game of all time." That was his quote at the beginning. It was just like, "This game sucks, but you need it. It's yeah, like it's hard to
you need
explain."
your fix, man.
Yeah.
It's just one of those games that is mechanically quite, I don't know, troubled, but apparently it's really, really good fun.
So the game is drugs.
Kind of like Rule of Rose. Rule of Rose was another great game that was basically brought out for its PS2 era game, and it's about basically going back to your childhood and finding that a lot of the kids that were around are basically psychopaths. It's really funny.
It's a good thing you
really,
moved
really
away.
funny.
Yeah, really.
well,
Moved away, but then you come back, and then you go
Oh,
into this sort of fucking dream state where you either think you're a child or you're not a child, but you're really a grown up, and you're just like, what?
Just have
And
no
some
idea
of the
what's going on.
monsters
This
are
is-
pig people, and some of the monsters are bird people, and stuff like
Are,
that.
are there
This is
crab
get-
people? Most important, the crab people.
Unfortunately, there's no crab people.
this kind of reminds me of or it kind of gives me a vision of, because I used to live in Australia, going back to Australia next year and seeing all my friends and they've all become psychopaths. And just,
Oh gosh.
Just be like,
Be
oh
careful.
no, that's what I thought.
Law was right.
Fucking convict nation again.
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
I finally defeated Canada, Sanctus. I'm so happy.
Oh my
Fuck you, Canada.
For those who don't know, Laura's probably going to comment this a few times. She's playing Plague Inc. Is it called Plague Inc. Evolved?
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
you essentially infect things, and she's been having trouble with Canada because apparently like 50 people keep surviving or something.
They died. They're
Could
dead.
just start
They're
with
They're dead
Canada.
now.
You beat them.
There's
The
a
Nurax worm ending was probably the best for me. The Nurax, I basically made everyone love the Nurax worm. So 50% of the people were, 100% of the people were infected, and it only went down to 25% deaths. But then I just got a victory screen because it was like, everyone loves the worm, who cares? I'm just like, yes!
okay.
Doing happy in the game.
Great.
That's awesome. Oh, man.
Everyone embraces the new disease. It's fine.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
everyone's got the disease.
New trend. Everyone should get it.
Yeah, it's the new trend.
So-
Here, just take this little caplet, then you'll feel real good, man.
Oh yeah.
So,
Push
Sure.
it real.
should we move on to another topic now, or is there anything anyone else wants to say?
Purple. Now we can continue.
Fish.
Oh yeah, just a quick thing with this. Quickly. With the Steam sale thing, I got picked for the red team, who are coming last now. They are like,
Oh.
the bars are like this all the way down, and then red is here. We suck. I have no idea why everyone in red team sucks. I'm never going to get any free games for my wish list.
It's probably because
I'm
of some
green
Marcy
team.
face.
What was that person? Sorry.
I'm green
Oh,
team, and
it was just some
they
Marcy
too
face.
We're
I'm
in
also
last
green
place.
team. Green team, we suck.
I have no idea
Yeah.
what team I'm on. I have never checked.
Go
I'll
to the
check.
storefront page and you could just scroll down and it'll tell you what team you are.
Yeah, I exited out of Steam so it doesn't accidentally pop up.
Goodbye, Runs, and thank you for coming in.
I don't think you picked a team. Yeah, you haven't picked a team yet.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, Joe Crow is right. He says red team, dead team. Yeah, he's completely right. They're just dead.
It's because of some
They just
Marcy face
died.
in there.
Well, they're doing pretty well on day 2, it seems like.
I can't see. For some reason, I can't see the levels at the moment. It's just from my Steam. It says purple team won yesterday, and there's nothing else I can see.
Oh,
Well, the
just
leaderboard right now.
click on the actual little playboard that is there, and then you'll be able to see
Oh, I see.
the leaderboard. Yeah.
Oh, red second. Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
you all are right up
Good
there.
job. Yeah. Good job,
For
asshole.
those-
Fuck you.
You're gonna get ripped on this all day.
They just call
I
it.
deserve those 3 fucking games. I deserve them.
8.
I deserve them. I just dropped $75 yesterday. I can't
that-
believe I did that.
Oh dear.
8.
All right, let's get on schedule, guys. Like,
Yeah.
what's the next thing?
Shall we talk about Watch Doge graphics?
Sure. Yeah, that's two
Go for it.
birds with one stone.
Okay,
I
I'll
won't say it wrong like Merton Purse did.
I shall introduce the viewers to what has happened. If any of you have seen Watch Dogs at all, you would know that the graphics that they released on are not the same as they showcased back in E3. However, a
Yep, those
modder
fucking
has
liars.
a modder has uncovered that the E3 graphics were still shipped with the game, but hidden. They appeared in the config files as E3 Showcase, oddly enough.
Big fucking.
Wasn't even hard to find. That's what I find as well.
Yeah.
They weren't some obscure names for code. It was
It
just
was
E3
it was a text
Showcase.
file.
It was a E3 Showcase turned off. Like he literally had to turn them on, and everything came back. Like
Yeah.
Can I just talk about the stunning failure that Watch Dogs was actually was? I mean, this thing was bigged by absolutely everything, absolutely everyone,
massively hyped.
and their sales were terrible. Once it came out that there was an actual error going on, I mean, it was even worse than
Well-
Diablo 3 at that point, where people staunchly refused to play Diablo 3 until the server error was fixed.
I think that
For
was the
that,
thing, you
but-
couldn't play the game until it was fixed. There
Yeah,
was no
the,
otherwise.
No, there wasn't any other way. But yeah, they essentially just kind of, I don't know. Like I know the sales for pre-orders were quite high, and then as soon as like those reviews got out there, like Turtle Biscuit and other people like that, saying there was so many PC performance problems, the PC sales just went straight down, just stopped. Obviously didn't stop, but like went really, really bad. And then the console versions, they didn't get affected as much because they didn't have the same audio problems or performance problems as bad, but they were still they still weren't as good as what people had hoped.
It's as
I
if
mean,
they,
honestly,
oh,
when
God.
you... Oh, sorry. I'm just saying for the sake of honesty, I mean, honestly, if they had said these E3 graphics aren't going to be good as the base game graphics will be, and I understand why they did it, why they made the base game graphics different from the showcase graphics, because they wanted more money from people with worse off computers, like people who wouldn't be able to run it at that graphical intensity. But they could have just added that to the settings. To be perfectly honest, you could have made that like a completely different like setting. You could have the E3 showcase settings on, or you couldn't have them on, and you would still be able to run the game. The question of honesty is the fact that gamers like games that are honest, and they are out of the package exactly the same way as they have been shown. And of course people are going to be mad when that isn't the case, because they've been waiting for this game and they've paid for a game. And honestly, Watch Dogs was $120 in my country, and it still is, to buy that game on a console.
Yeah.
So imagine your disappointment of paying $120 for a game, going home like, ooh, so exciting, and then just being like, what the fuck is this? This
Yeah.
isn't what I was promised.
Total
think
Biscuit
one-
brought up a point that he suspects that the reason that they disabled the E3 graphics was to normalize the PC version with the console variant as to not completely overshadow them. Because if you look at the E3 showcase and you look at the console versions, it's night and day difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Additionally,
but that's what you have to expect. But that's how what you have to expect from having those sorts of graphics anyway. I mean, PC's always going to have those superior graphics, and console gamers are going to have to really suck it because PC Master Race and all, I guess.
Yeah. Just joined it with the help of Saintix over here.
Excellent. Thank you, Sanctus. Another PC gamer. Fabulous.
oh gosh.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
helped him build a computer recently, and now he can actually play stuff.
But no,
Yeah.
I do agree with the whole, like, I think the whole purity with the consoles is definitely a viable not a viable excuse, but like it makes sense why they would do that, because they're very sort of they're very biased towards the PlayStation as it is with
It's
their
not
Ubisoft
a good reason,
hour
but it's a
long-
viable reason.
yeah. It's
It's a stupid reason.
Yeah.
It's fucked up and it's wrong, to be honest.
It's
I
very
mean,
fucked up.
if every company and every company doesn't do this. I mean, every company has come to the conclusion that, of course, PC is going to have better graphics. Everyone knows this. They shouldn't have to lie,
yeah.
and they shouldn't have to pat console gamers on the back and say, "Oh, it's okay. We'll make everything better and fair."
Please
It's
understand.
not that way. You can't fucking make it that way. Sorry. It's
It is.
stupid to me.
So if we actually pull up the link where they talk about because Ubisoft
Sorry.
responded,
That
didn't
went on
they?
a
Yes, that's
No, it's cool.
that's actually our
That
next
was-
topic.
yeah.
Showing how that Ubisoft responded. There's an entire message they sent to us, their viewers. I'm actually going to link this for chat, and I'll read it aloud for everyone. Here is their exact response in their exact wording. The dev team is completely dedicated to getting the most out of each platform, so the notion that we would actively downgrade quality is contrary to everything we've set out to achieve. We test and optimize our game for each platform on which they're released, striving for the best possible quality. The PC version does indeed contain some old, unused render settings that were deactivated for a variety of reasons, including possible impacts to visual fidelity, stability, performance, and overall gameplay quality. Modders are usually creative and passionate players, and while we appreciate their enthusiasm, the mod in question, which uses these old settings, subjectively enhances the game's visual fidelity in certain situations, but also can have various negative impacts. These could range from performance issues to difficulty in reading the environment in order to appreciate the gameplay, to potentially making the game less enjoyable or even unstable.
Right. I have something to kind of say about that. With the whole what they're saying, what came out today, this is what they should have done. If that was what they were worried about, or like if that's honestly what they thought, then the whole Dead Rising thing that's come out now, where they've said, right, we know you were worried about it being locked at 30 FPS. They've basically said that you can unlock it to 60 FPS, but we can't promise that it will be as good. Is basically what they've said, that we can't promise that unless you have a good computer, it's not gonna work properly. Like, it may not, with all the zombies on screen, it might not.
Yeah.
They could have released it with the E3 graphics and basically said, well, you know, it won't work on most computers because the optimization isn't there. But if you look, I know Total Biscuit has a crazy rig, but if you look at his gameplay video, it runs fine. There's no problems.
I could see stuttering though when he showed the original gameplay on his WTF is video. There was stuttering.
Those are just optimization issues anyway, but sometimes there are things.
We did find what most of the stuttering was from, though. So if any of you have Watch Dogs, listen carefully. If you want to knock off the majority of the stuttering, turn your GPU buffered frames down to 1. We found this out on JRod311's live stream when he was playing Watch Dogs. And his game was stuttering horribly. After we did that, it was quite playable.
It's fine. But some people have even reported that at the E3 graphics, some computers run it better than on
Yes.
Ultra normally, which makes it even
Yes.
worse. Because that whole excuse of it wouldn't be, it might not work on some computers, we won't optimize it the best, just gets completely blown out of the water because it works better on some computers at that higher setting anyway.
Can I
Absolutely.
can I just intercept as well? I heard that you guys talked about Reggie Fils-Aimé last week and his complete hate of streaming stuff off the Wii U. To me, this is another example of how people are starting to get a little bit afraid of the internet culture and how internet culture seems to be starting to make a really huge impact on gamers. To me,
J-Rod came
this
to visit.
basically, hi J-Rod. But to me, I don't understand this hatred of the internet gamer. I don't understand why they have to make everything better for the console gamer. I mean, the complete ass padding that that's occurred here just really does piss me off.
Yeah.
I've just got to say.
It's just a weird. It's just like why I don't. It's what annoys me is when like I know they kind of have to because otherwise it's kind of suicide. But I hate it when they make these excuses when there's obvious evidence behind that it can't be. Like they sit there saying we wanted the best optimization. Well, some people have reported better optimization off of the version that you've locked from them. How can you
Yeah,
explain like?
it seems that all their efforts for optimization were put towards the consoles, just to get them to run exactly how they're intended. And then you get on the PC version, and it runs like a load of old ass. And then you put it on the E3
Exactly.
graphics, and it runs a bit better. And it looks
Exactly.
10 times better.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, what did they do? Did they lower the quality? Did they completely scrap the E3 graphics and then just remake them again and then not actually optimize that batch for the computer? Because it seems like if they were lower graphical settings at first, they would have the same optimization as the E3 stuff, but they didn't. So that makes me think that they
Exactly.
were made in a completely separate batch from the E3 graphics.
It's all about the handicap because the consoles came out last year, and it was all about the hype of the next gen. And since the Watch Dogs got delayed, they're like, oh, we're just gonna make it better graphics so it can perform well on the console. Whereas when they just look at it on the PC and they know it's better, and they're like, well, people are gonna get angry for them being outstanding graphics from the E3 and not be able to run that on the console because it's not there. So it's all about the handicap that they place on the PC versions to, I guess, adjust for what they can give to the consoles.
And contrary
This
to
is
that,
huge
it's the complete opposite case, where people. I'm sure that everyone in this chat knows that PC has higher capabilities than the consoles.
Yes.
That's pretty much
It,
common
it
knowledge at this
has. It has. And because of how PC is, it'll always be that way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
PCs can be upgraded and modified way more easier than the traditional console games. It's just as simple as that. Consoles will always be behind PC.
point. Always.
Even me as like a predominantly console gamer. I mean, I have so many Xbox 360 games. It's stupid. I currently only run things off a laptop, so I can't play too much. Even I accept that PC is always going to be better because you can always just ram in another processor, like change things up, just swap parts and upgrade. Whereas a console, you're stuck with that hardware until the next one comes out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
My goodness. Shall we move on to a new topic?
Yeah, let's get
Sure.
heated.
My last comment for
Sure thing.
Watch Dogs SMH.
Agreed. I do believe Watch Dogs is a good game, though. Like,
Yes,
Oh,
it's
I
a
would
very good game.
agree.
It's a
Yeah.
good game.
I would agree, especially the whole interactivity. I mean, how
Yeah.
J-Rod made it a really fun game to watch by including his viewers into doing stuff with him made it a really fun game to watch and play. Yeah,
Me just,
definitely.
me just
no
taking
one was
him out with the
arguing.
mobile app.
No one was arguing that it was a good or
I
bad
know.
game. I think everyone agrees it was a good game.
Yeah.
Yet Ubisoft themselves thought, oh no, they think that the PC's better. They're gonna hate the console ones. What do we do? I don't. Let's make it look like shit, and then give it to them.
You sound just like him.
That's exactly how they sound.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Ubisoft corporate shit.
I mean, I'm already pissed off at Ubisoft for their fucking misogynistic ways with the female being taken out of AC Unity.
Yeah, that was a
But,
topic we
like-
didn't really weren't able to hit last time. Like it got mainly
Should
glazed
we-
over.
Really?
That kind of segues perfectly into the whole Sunset Overdrive thing.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. Yes.
Because, yeah,
let me
I'm not sure
find
if
a
you
link for
want to
people.
set up the scene, Sanctus, or...
What it is for Assassin's Creed Unity, they decided not to put any female assassins as being playable.
Fucking misogynistic assholes.
And they said it would take way too long to actually develop this. And
Which is a lie.
yeah, they
Sorry.
said time constraints, and they didn't have the mocaps shit, they didn't have sounds and all that. Not a couple days later, a former Assassin's Creed dev refuted their entire statement, saying that it could be done in 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
now, even on top of that, Sunset Overdrive has thrown a blow at them, stating that you
Oh.
can have female assassins in Sunset Overdrive, or just about anything else.
It's great. There's just a picture, and it looks like a female Ezio standing on with like this big sort of battery gun or something that they have, and it's just...
Yeah. All I'm going to say is I'm not going to comment on this because I'm just going to start getting so mad. Because, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well,
It can't be out because, like, no, I am salty, Jared. I'm totally salty about this. No, fuck, like, seriously. Ever since I was a kid, I played video games. I would play video games because a doctor told my parents that it would actually really help with my hand-eye coordination because I have spina bifida. So I've played since about 4 years old, and it actually has helped my hand-eye coordination. Ever since then, when I was a kid, all I dreamed about was seeing a female protagonist in like Master System games, NES games, even N64 games. You don't see a lot of female protagonists.
Yeah.
And when they started to come out, I was really happy because I felt you could really imagine it was you being this person doing these things, going around the world and enjoying your life. And just to have that done is a complete slap in my face because I love that series. I think it's great. And Sheik is the best Smash Bro. Sheik is the best Smash Bro.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's like...
I juggle
Oh.
people with Sheik. I juggle people. They never touch the ground. They're like, why are you doing this to me? It's supposed to fight.
I mean,
think...
fucking Ubisoft. What really annoys me is they've basically said, oh no, it's too hard. There's not going to be enough people. There's not going to be enough females who want to play this game. And I can say that's an absolute fucking lie. Because there are a load of females who play that game. Assassin's Creed is, like, played by everybody.
Yeah.
Not just boys.
And
Case
what
in point
irritates
that
me
backs
is...
us up it. Or go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, what irritates me as well is stuff like they're saying it's too hard. The amount of female characters they've had in their multiplayer for the games for ages and stuff like that. I mean, just... I know it's all the motion capture and apparently it takes time and all that sort of stuff, but surely they saw
refute
this
that.
coming. Surely
I can
they saw this
refute that.
coming.
It's
The
not
fucking-
even the motion capture, though. It's not even the motion capture. They actively bitched about having to get a female voice actor to say the lines. They have fucking townspeople that are female. Why couldn't they have used one of those women to fucking say the lines? Who cares?
And even what's worse is in Brotherhood, Revelations 3 and 4, all in their multiplayers have female assassins. Well,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
necessarily
It's true.
assassin affiliated, but they kill people. But
Yeah, and you play as them.
they have their voiceovers, and there's even for all the characters, including male and female, they don't have that much dialogue to do. You could record the entire dialogue for the entire character set in less than a day with a handful of people. In addition to that, for years they've been reusing the male mocaps for the female assassins. So when they're saying that they have no mocaps whatsoever, they've already been reusing others. So that's a crock of shit. I bet when we get Unity, when it's out, and we click on its multiplayer, I bet there's gonna be female assassins in there.
No,
And then when
there's not
they-
actually any multiplayer. There's only co-op.
Really?
getting
Yep,
rid of the
no
multiplayer.
co-op, no multiplayer.
No multiplayer. They're
Really?
getting rid of it. Yeah.
Because people said, like, they said that it was a fan-based decision. That's absolute bullshit. A lot of their fans were basically playing that game with their friends on multiplayer.
Yeah.
I've even played Assassin's Creed on multiplayer.
I played a bit
Assassin's
of
Creed.
multiplayer. It was okay. You know, it
I
wasn't.
said Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
That's how they say it in
Ace.
Ubisoft management, is Assassin's Creed. In that voice. That's you just see a giant chart with like lines on it and random numbers that don't really make any sense. Just the title is Assassin's Creed. Sales are up.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
Like the Sunset Overdrive thing, I just laughed when I saw that. I was just like, you can play as a female assassin in Sunset Overdrive and practically anything else. It was just like,
Kidney punch.
Golf clap.
it was awesome.
Oh,
I just,
gosh.
yeah. So
It
many
wa-
people are just gonna barrage bloody Ubisoft with that. They're just gonna be like, "Hey, look! Oh, wait, there's an assassin here. Look, I'm playing as a female assassin." Like, and
It's
send like pictures and
literally a
videos.
kick to Ubisoft's balls. That's literally what it
I'm
is.
glad.
Good for
I'm glad they
them.
deserve it. They really do deserve it. I mean, Ubisoft has become one of those companies that just remind me so much of EA and their practices.
Oh, I remember the dark times of Ubisoft, and they had worse DRM than EA. There's been that
But that's
time.
not possible anymore, I hope.
Yeah, they've since retracted those ways, but there were, I think it was Assassin's Creed 2 was the big one, where literally you install the game, only half of it actually installs, and the other half is encrypted on the install drive. And what happens is, as you're playing, it dynamically communicates with an external server to decrypt the other half. If you have no internet connection, half of your game stays encrypted and unusable. You get to that part of the
What
game and
absolute
it
bullshit.
crashes.
Is that just that's obviously just like the PC version? Yeah.
Yes, it was the PC
Yeah.
version. They since retracted that, where there was an update that made it decrypt the other half instantly if you were still using the disk install. Although
Oh,
it's
shit.
funny for there were people who boycotted buying the game for that specific reason and purposefully pirated it. And how it worked was there were users that set up a fake Ubisoft server and redirected the cracked game to that server where it would decrypt it instead of letting Ubisoft get their money.
That's clever.
Yeah.
But,
It was a
Bold
lot
move.
easier than trying to decrypt the game beforehand, because that required extensive rewriting. That's why even Ubisoft didn't undo the decrypting. They just made it so it had the decryption key with it.
yeah.
Their efforts just to try to stop piracy literally increased the amount of times it was pirated. Like, that's how the industry works now. Like, if you put DRM on there, the more it's basically been proven in multiple studies, the more DRM layers you put on there, the more pirates will do, and the more people that will pirate it, just so they can play the game and not pay them money. Because
DRM, really strict DRM, just hurts it in general. Like, we all saw what happened with Microsoft. The whole DRM thing. Everyone basically said, you know what? I've been a Microsoft fan for years. See you later. I'm going to Sony. It's basically what people said when they were doing that. I'm going to Sony, I'm going to PC. They completely just blew that out of the water to the point where Microsoft had no choice but to reverse it.
If they hadn't reversed it, it would have been suicide.
But you can see the same things way back in the day when Spore was released by EA. Their DRM issues were fantastic. I mean, you could only have 3 copies of that game if you had the CD for it, and that didn't matter if your computer crashed or you were doing a format. If you bought that and your 3 copies were over, no, you couldn't play the game anymore using the CD. You couldn't even install it.
I call those the other dark days. Where literally you're not buying a game, you're licensing it for 3 installs. And you're also paying for the plastic.
Speaking of EA, I mean, honestly, the complete fuck up of SimCity is exactly the same.
Yes.
I mean, that constant online thing, come on.
That wasn't the only flaw with it either.
No internet.
What annoyed me with that as well, I know it wasn't the only flaw, what annoyed me was that as well, is when they took away the online component, they acted as if it was a special feature. It was all over the website. It was like, you can play SimCity offline now. And everyone was like, well, why didn't you let us do that in the first place?
Exactly.
We needed to have it communicate with external servers because
It's so complex that we need an external server to handle with some of the stuff. Yeah, we'll just turn it offline 6 months down the line. It's fine.
There's a sad thing with it too. On not talking about the DRM anymore, there's actually the gameplay mechanics of SimCity are actually broken. If you even Jenna Bain, Total Biscuit's wife, found this during its beta version, and it's still a problem now. You get far enough in the game, you essentially run out of space, and you are forced to constantly demolish other services just to bring others in.
Yeah,
you are literally forced to make a multi-city format just to do anything, and there's no world editor. You actually can't edit the world.
They've made it better now, but basically, what also used to be a massive problem, I mean, it still is a massive problem it's not totally fixed. The traffic system is also broken. So if you get about, I don't know, I'm going to say 6-7 hours into one city, your traffic will stop. Okay? It will just stop because they haven't, unless you get and the funny thing is, the DLC fix it with these monorail systems, so it's like you need to buy the DLC for it to work, basically, because it stops, fire engines can't get to fires, fire starts going off, criminals are going crazy, and all the time these little notifications are coming up saying, you need to build more fire stations. I haven't got any room for more fire stations, mate. I have 3 fire stations in this city. The reason no fires are getting put out is because your traffic system doesn't work.
And the funny thing is, you go look at a home, you'll see there's a little family down there, right? They leave the house, go to their work. They come back, they pull into the first open house available and claim it as their own. They don't actually go home. It's either the house is occupied or it is not. There is no data as to whether or not it's the same family. And the funny thing is, the older SimCity games actually were able to accomplish that. It's like, where the hell did that go?
I think they kind of rushed the game. I think it was kind of, someone said, we need a new SimCity. Someone said, why hasn't there been a new SimCity in so long? And they were like, okay, got a bunch of new developers who hadn't really spent much time on the old SimCity games, threw them in a room and went, make a city sim. And
it's like, here's the old SimCity. You just play it. You'll be fine. Just make the new game. Here's a shit ton of funding. We're gonna market the fuck out of this thing, and we're gonna rip some bitches off.
Yeah,
let's go. Sounds like a date.
Sounds like a date. Oh goodness.
It's just crazy how they just can't understand how simple I shouldn't say simple. I don't know how to do that shit. But like, you have a problem, fix it. Come on.
Yeah.
Not only that, just also the problem with like when they like again how ignorant they think we are. Like when they sit there and they make excuses, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, don't worry. Like there was loads of like you can't play offline because the servers can't handle it." And then when everyone's forgotten about that problem, they make it available offline with no explanation of how it now works.
There's a funny story behind that as well. Them saying they couldn't play it offline, not within the first month, a guy managed to crack the coding of the game and had it play offline with no issues, and he managed to re-enable the world editor, which there was one. It's in the coding. You can't use it. It's completely locked out. Yet you could actually edit the world. You could actually set it up so you have more than one fucking highway entrance on your town, so you actually have places for traffic to flow out of. And you can actually set there. What he would do in the video is he set basically a ring-shaped highway around his plot and put like 8 connections so that there's 8 places for the traffic to get the fuck out instead of 2 or 1, depending on where you're at.
It used to be a case of you had to make your city, like it used to be, oh, you can use ring roads, you can use these roads, you can use that roads. It used to be where to make the game functional after a few hours, you had to have a system where the roads were in a certain shape. Otherwise, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't. Like, you had to have square roads and like grid formation, because if you had it in a circle, everything just got stuck. Yeah. And they're like, oh, look at these amazing new circular cities. They all look so spherical and modern and cool, and then you can't use them.
My city burned down.
On purpose.
On purpose. Yes, that's what you do. You go into SimCity, you turn on the disaster, just call a few tornadoes down, maybe a meteor.
It's
and a giant robot.
exactly freaking like The Sims, where you just go in there and you build a pool and you just watch them die.
Oh, I've got a funny story about that too. Back on The Sims 1, the very first one, I took a guy and I threw him in the pool. I overrided it and deleted the ladder. He swam in there for 4 days, and his muscle meter maxed the fuck out. He wouldn't die. He was on a tiny sliver of life for the longest time. So I let him out of the pool. He ate a box lunch out of the microwave. It was fine. And he was ripped to all hell.
And you could have made him a fitness trainer and made your Sims rich, bitch.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was literally just playing around trying to get him killed. Like, my main thing is I would build a little house, put a fireplace, delete the door, put a bunch of chairs, make people sit down, put chairs so they couldn't get up, and the fire would just spread across the chairs. I'm up to
So-
Exactly, J-Rod. It is called playtesting.
Playtesting. Yes. That's something they clearly did not do.
What's the next topic we should?
I
Go
gotta
on,
go.
Titanfall.
Well, we could do Titanfall, or we can continue on the subject of corporate bullshit.
I think everyone's got our views of
Rockstar.
Rockstar issues
We're on the
apology for delayed Grand Theft Auto Online heists.
Oh, that
I'm
was.
not-
I am so annoyed at this.
Yes.
I am law level rage at this. Right.
Oh, well,
Why don't you
I like
push your
your
thoughts
levels,
then?
Dave.
What's that? Sorry.
I want to hear your thoughts on this then, Dave.
Right. Okay. GTA comes out, right? September. They say, you know what? We're not going to have online to begin with because the online's not ready. When the online comes out, it'll come out on the. I think it came out on like the 4th of October, something like that. They were like, oh yeah, here we go. Have some heists. Oh no, sorry, the heists are delayed for 1 month. Okay, this was an official statement. They said 1 month. So at that time, you could do like some missions. You could do all sorts of stuff. People were still having fun, and everyone was like, okay, we can wait 1 month. That's fine. After that 1 month passed, nothing changed. We've then, since then, received updates like the Beach Bum Pack, and don't get me wrong, all these different packs which give you free stuff like free vehicles and free updates to clothing, they're all great. I mean, they're all fine. They're all free, and they're brilliant. The yeah, the issue is everyone's like, the main point of the
How
game.
am I the last level of rage, Jerko? Sorry.
But the but like the main point of the game, like the single player, the best bit was organizing the heists, going on the heists, getting all this money. Everyone was so hyped, like, I can do this with friends. I can have friends with different skill levels, doing different parts of the mission. We can all coordinate over a like Xbox Live or PlayStation chat. It'll be really cool. And we are now almost, I know I'm exaggerating a bit. We're now in sort of midway through 2014, and there's been no heists. They keep saying it'll come in the next month. It'll come soon. We're working on it. It will come soon. And then eventually now, they've finally, after months and months, issued an actual apology about what's going on. Like, it's taken them this long.
I'll say, though, that you can just do heists on Payday. Just play Payday.
Yeah, but I think...
It's on the Steam sale.
Yeah, that's another game on Steam sale, yeah. But I think the issue is that, like, in GTA we were promised it. It's one of the main selling points of the game. It's something where, like, I stopped playing GTA Online for a bit, and I occasionally go back to it every 2 or 3 weeks and play with some friends that are on Xbox Live because they're obsessed with it. They just constantly play it. And the first thing I do when I enter the party, I go, have they got heists yet? The answer is always no. There's even rooms in some of the apartments where there's apparently a heist setup room where there's supposed to be this little sort of board and stuff, and you set everything up. You can't use that room at all at the moment. It's just like a blank canvas of rubbish, and it's just, I just don't understand. I don't understand why it's taken them this long to apologise, and now even when they've apologised, I still don't think it's enough, because there's still like, the first line on their apology is, for those of you asking about other upcoming GTA Online updates, trying to sort of take that away from it actually being heists, but that is what everyone's asking for. We have lots more in store coming your way soon. We know the fans have eagerly been waiting for the release of the online heist that we had planned to release for you this spring. They say this spring, but they actually said they were going to release it last year. And they are taking more time to create than originally anticipated.
You know, when you tell someone a date, you kind of already at that point know how long it's going to take to make it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Is like, how can they be so wrong? How can they sit there? If they would have been honest, that's another thing what Law's saying earlier. Gamers like honesty. Like, if they would have been like, this is going to take months, okay? This is going to take a few months. This is very hard to do. I understand that it's going to be a difficult thing to process because it is going to be cool. But I'm just worried they're going to wait until the PC release and then just be like, here's heists for PC and with Xbox as well, and use it as a selling point.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They will. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a new DLC that you actually actively have to pay for. I wouldn't be surprised.
If that happened, I would boycott Rockstar and live stream myself burning every copy of every game that I have of theirs.
Yeah, but they won't care, Dave, because you're only one person. People will buy it.
I know,
That's the stupid
I don't
thing.
care.
Stupid people will buy it.
It's funny, I'm actually boycotting Infinity Ward already. Mostly because of their field of view stuff. I can't stand it when a company just blatantly disregards when people are getting ill from playing their game.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
No. Our name is Next Gen. We have mocap dogs. But we're gonna hide the fact that our PC release looks worse than Black Ops 2, which was made by a different group a year before.
It's exactly, but it's exactly the weird thing is though, you know, it makes people sick, but, you know, they could just do the World of Warcraft approach, which on the loading screen is like, play World of Warcraft in moderation. Like, anyone fucking listens to those fucking loadout screens.
It's like, can you remember those Wii Fit things? Can you remember those? Where they were just like, after you played a certain amount of games, it was, you need to take a break now. Take a break. Everyone just went, carry on. Just carry on.
Yeah, no one's gonna listen to that shit. No one
But the
cares.
thing is, with Ghosts, it only took a few minutes for it to start happening, because it's the same process as you get car sickness with. Like, your ears are saying, "Oh, I'm right here," or your eyes are saying, "Oh, that's the distance away. I'm focused on that." But your field of view is saying, "No, that thing should be either here, or no, way further up here." And
Yeah.
it
I mean, if you
confuses your
play
brain.
games for people who are sitting down and will be sitting down the whole game, I mean, it's not a fucking Wii game. So if you're sitting down, you shouldn't have this shit in your game. Period.
Yeah.
The thing is, the
Hasn't
field of view
anyone
they
play tested
picked.
this?
Like, I can kind of forgive some developers, like the Oculus Rift. Like, so that's going to make some people motion sick, whatever
Oh,
happens.
hell yes.
And it's going to be very difficult to make it otherwise because it's just a virtual reality system. But when it's a game that's AAA, built by a company that's making those sort of games for years, and even if they made the mistake in the first place and fixed it, they still haven't fixed it.
Oculus Rift bombed so badly that Facebook bought them out.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was, because people do get motion sick. And yeah, great idea to make VR again
Yeah.
a reality, but that's the reason why it bombed in the 80s too.
It's a bit of a gimmick, I think. I think that's the problem. It's more of a gimmick. Like, the only videos I've seen online of it are games like where it's literally them sitting on a roller coaster like this, and it just goes around a roller coaster.
There was
You know?
a mod for Oculus Rift to play Team Fortress 2 with it. That actually was really fun.
There was one for Slender as well,
Slender,
which
yeah.
looked really scary.
And the
It's all
funny
beer
thing is,
pong.
I brought this up on the last podcast, is there was a field of view fix released by a third party to actually make Ghosts playable. And for the longest time, that worked. And then the devs started going around and banning people for it after they already said that, oh, the field of view fix is fine, you're good, go ahead and use it. We're still going to ban you.
Absolutely stupid.
Exactly, and I'm never going to support Infinity Ward. And I'm already wary of Hammerhead games, because they're the ones that collaborated with Infinity Ward to make Modern Warfare 3, and they
Do you
have
mean-
their hands in Ghosts.
Do you mean Sledgehammer?
Yeah, Sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's Sledgehammer.
Yeah, Sledgehammer, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember the back end details. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
really
fine.
care
It's
for
fine.
their name. 'Cause
Like, I didn't know their name at all until I heard like the whole. I saw it on the Advanced Warfare thing. I was
Yeah.
like, who are they again? Oh yeah, they did something.
So if they had
Modern
their
Warfare
hands
3.
in those really, really bad games, and they didn't really voice any opinions to fix it, I get the feeling that Advanced Warfare might follow the same trend. Because if they're
Didn't
taking
Sledgehammer
their
make
pointings-
that horrible on-the-rails Rambo shooter?
Let me see.
Did they?
Hammer
If they
I have no
Games.
idea.
If they did, I will.
Let's see.
Not be happy.
Sledgehammer Games, Wikipedia. Let's see.
If they made
Games.
that,
They had their hands in Modern Warfare 3, and they will have their hands in Advanced Warfare. That's what their games list
Then I
says.
must be wrong. Well, that's good. At least they didn't fuck up.
thank God. Like, that Rambo game sucked.
We're gonna give you all these extreme cinematic cutscenes, and we're gonna mimic the movies, and it doesn't really work very well. And we're gonna basically
It's
reuse
exactly
the voices.
the cutscenes from...
They reused
Use the voice
audio
clips
from
from
the
the
movie.
movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's so bad. Rambo. Oh, it was so bad. The level of quality was so bad, and that game got completely demolished. That it was literally a money grabbing
wrecked.
scheme. Yeah, get wrecked.
I watched Angry Joe play that. He was crying by the end of it. Like, poor
He's a
man.
man, not
He's just
a
like,
god.
how the fuck do I finish this game? He's just like so mad, like sitting there and being like, I can't finish this game.
I watched a stream of someone playing it, and they were just. It was one of those streams where the people actually dress up. Like, he was dressed up like Rambo, and he was just like, I'm ashamed to wear this. Why?
Rambo not,
He's a man, not
Rambo
a
not
god.
happy.
Come on, guys, he's a man, not a god. Come on, guys, he's a man, not a god. And they repeated the same fucking voice clips over and over and over on the damn NPCs till it drove you fucking mad.
Yeah.
He's a
He's
man,
a
not a
man,
god.
not a
He's a
god.
man, not a god. He's a man, not a god.
8,
Took an arrow to the knee.
Hashtag he's a man, not a god.
8,
Hey,
Trending.
8.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't know what this 8 business is.
you should play the Stanley Parable.
Well,
I
actually,
have.
we're referencing two
Okay.
things at once.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing two
Eight,
references at once.
eight,
Eight.
Hold on.
Eight.
You lost me.
Oh gosh.
I need 2 more achievements for the Stanley Parable. Eat that, huh?
Damn.
Oh goodness.
I've got.
There's one that's impossible to get, so you can't finish them all.
The
Really?
unachievable?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna look that
I'm
up.
gonna get it.
What's the unachievable
Stanley
again?
Parable.
I have no idea. But the
isn't
next one, the other one I have to do is play the game for the entire duration of a Tuesday.
You just open it up.
The entire
you open it up,
duration
go
of a
AFK.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep. From 12 a.m. in the morning till 12 p.m. at night, you have to have the Stanley Parable open. And
Yeah.
it checks about every half an hour to an hour if you click it or not. So you have to click it.
You do? I thought you did.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Wasn't there an
No, it
achievement
has the
as well?
recognition.
Wasn't there an achievement as well where like you had to go and press all these different doors handles
Yeah.
certain numbers of
Yeah.
times? Yeah.
Yep.
It was click
Ridiculous
on
game.
door 435 times.
And then it tells you to do something else, doesn't it? And
Yeah, it's like, oh, go to this other door. Click it 20 times. Go to this place. Do that. Turn on the computer. It's like, what are you doing?
Gosh.
live stream it. Live stream it. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Did any
Sounds
of you
right.
get the go outside achievement?
Yeah, I got that one.
Yeah.
Don't play the game.
Don't
for
play the game for 5 years.
years. Change it.
Easy.
Change your system clock.
Exactly.
What's the
Speak up, Francis. Your voice got all muffled from your head being so far up your ass.
In my day, we had dirt. Thank you for the follow.
Oh man.
Hooray for in my day we had dirt. Yeah.
Dirt was on the podcast. Now she follows the podcast.
So
Dirt's like the best. I should marry her.
Dirt
Always
on
get
knowledge
uncomfortable.
action. Dirt on knowledge action.
I don't get uncomfortable. You know, fair enough. Go marry her.
Lore,
What?
knowledge, dirt. Oh gosh.
You lost
Completely
again. I don't
lost
know what
track.
happened.
This live stream is just us talking about stuff and then person getting confused.
Yes. Okay. What dirt? AIDS?
In my day, we had dirt.
Wait.
And that's her username.
That's her username, yeah. So everyone calls her Dirt. Because
I
in my
discovered
day
the
we had
reason
Dirt.
you weren't showing up as live. She wasn't followed. No
Well
wonder.
done.
Golf clap.
Alright, so next topic.
We have the choice between Hearthstone, PlayStation 4, Steam machines, and Titanfall.
Let's let person pick.
Let's go PS4 since I'm looking at it right now.
Yep.
PS4 it is. Let me give
Which-
the link
Can
to the
someone
viewers real
explain
quick.
that to me? Because
Well-
I don't have that open.
Well, essentially, what they've released saying they're going to do is they're going to allow the preloading of games. So, you know, with the next-gen consoles, you have to, every single game you have to install before you play it.
Yep.
Yeah? Basically, what they're saying is they're going to allow, if you've, say, pre-ordered a game, or you've already bought it digital, like, beforehand, or something, I can't remember exactly how they're doing it, but
Yeah,
the way
like
it
a Steam
works
pre-order.
is if you were to pre-order the game, you would be able to install it but not play it until the release date, because a lot of people have been complaining that when you buy a game on release date, you have to wait hours for it to download anyway and install anyway. So they're basically going to release a system where you can download and install the game and then play it as soon as it's released, rather than having to wait how many hours or however long it takes to download the game.
According to this article, there's
helpful.
already 4 games that can use this feature. The first was Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark, which you could preload and launches on June 24th. Additionally, there are preloads available for Little Big Planet 3, Far Cry 4, and The Order 1886.
And
What do I
Angry
see in
Birds.
86? Yeah, when we were talking earlier, I found a link to an Angry Birds thing where they're making an Angry Birds Transformers game.
Lol.
J-Rod
Just-
refuted it already. J-Rod mentioned, like Steam already does, I preloaded Watch Dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Steam's been doing preloads for a while. Even Origin has
amazing.
had preloads. PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 have had preloads. For instance, when I played the Battlefield 3 beta, like 2 days before it actually was open to play, they were already had it available for download, so you could actually have it preloaded, and that helped drop day one traffic immensely. It was amazing.
Yeah. What I found as well, what annoys me as well, is developers and console producers and anyone in the gaming industry using ignorance as an excuse to do things like this. Like the whole people might not have known that you couldn't play on offline on SimCity, and they've suddenly gone, this is a new feature, way. And now a lot of people, I had no idea you could do all this preloading stuff. I knew you could on Steam, but I didn't know you could do it on the Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just releasing it as if it's new information, and people go, oh, have you heard about the new PlayStation 4? Like, have you heard about what you can do? You can preload the game, man. You don't even have to download it when you get home. Like, it just irritates me how they use the majority of people's ignorance and try and make a selling point out of it.
There's a bit of clarity that was shown on the article. Mike, who I assume is the author of this article, says that if only this feature wasn't available for MLB 14 the show, maybe then the whole not available fiasco wouldn't have happened. I'm guessing there was a digital download available for that, and people couldn't download it at all. Like, it wasn't congested traffic. There was no download. None.
Yeah.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
All right, Willy Wonka. I get that one.
Yes. Thank you.
I get that one.
Thank you.
I didn't
Gene
get
Wilder's like in his 80s now. Did you know that?
I think so.
He's 81.
Damn. It's old.
Oh, yeah.
Burlap is saying even free to play, which I think was a documentary, had a preload.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, that's essentially what it is. It's just the fact that PlayStation have decided to release this news about them preloading stuff when
Well, the thing
it's
is
already
they-
been a thing.
I think they had misgivings about doing it before as like a thing for all titles. Is they suspect that people, they're gonna preload the files and they're gonna decrypt them and shit and all that shit. You know, most people don't have a jailbroken console. You know, that's
Yeah.
And anyways, even if they did get the data, what the hell are they gonna do with it? You know, other than play the game that they would otherwise
they
play
would in a
few
couple
more
days
weeks.
anyway.
Exactly.
It's not like someone plays a game 2 days before release and like someone dies somewhere across the country in like the developer's studio. It's not that much of a big deal if it accidentally happens. Amazon, they deliver games all the time early. I got GTA 5 early, like 3 days early.
Wow.
So
Oh, my pacemaker! Someone was just stealing my data.
the pacemaker only works if people play the game on release day and not before.
That means everyone who played it before has a guilty conscience. You killed the developer!
Oh man.
Shall we move on to another topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear someone wanted to talk about Steam machines.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just reading shit. Words, just...
I was reading shit and all that.
Yeah.
I was reading them words, them
Yeah.
those
They were
wordy
telling me
things.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, I always hear stuff about it, and the release date, doesn't that keep getting pushed back or something?
It's just
really the release date is more so on the hands of the manufacturers and not Valve themselves. Because really what it is you can already pretty much make a Steam machine. Because literally the difference between a Steam machine and an ordinary mini computer is just the operating system. and the controller's on the way, which apparently they're still refining, which they've gotten rid of
That's
the
what it
touch
was.
screen. They've changed it over so it's actually got the
Yeah.
D-pad is effectively a 4-button array instead of being like one of those weird disc things like the 360, all that crazy stuff. And apparently it's getting refined. I think the touchpads on there had something like haptic feedback, so you could actually feel where on the controller you were or something. Like, apparently it actually worked, although if you use it on its own, it acts as a trackpad. But apparently it's not intended to be like that at release.
The controller does. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, the two things act as trackpads. Using just default drivers. They're
Well,
developing
I'm
drivers to
looking
make them act
here.
like joysticks.
I'm looking here, and it looks like the controller actually still has the 2 discs, but like 4 buttons below each disc, kind of like the XYAB kind of thing on the Xbox controller.
Oh, right, yeah.
But it looks like they got 2 of those below the left and right little disc thingies.
Yeah,
No, science
they've essentially reshaped what was formerly the D-pad into more prominent buttons, whereas like if you find a D-pad, like the buttons are all squished together, even if they are separate.
Yeah.
Which I think is a nice little change. Once they have it so it actually operates like a joystick, then I might get a Steam controller. I think it might actually work pretty good. Like they're putting a ton of development into this instead of you got 100 different companies making USB controllers that are literally just the same layout, maybe a little bit different. A little bit different circuit board layout on the inside.
But yeah, I heard some stuff about the Steam box. I don't really have much to say about it. Just the fact that it's a cool idea. The fact that
Yeah,
I don't know. It's a good idea, but
it does
I'm-
increase the market of home computers that are designed and marketed towards being put in the living room. That's a nice feature
Yeah.
because a lot of people like smart TVs
Porn.
and stuff. Porn.
I think
definitely.
it's going to be good for more sort of not budget gamers but cheaper gamers, because like if you think about gaming laptops, gaming PCs that are produced by people rather than building them yourselves, the first thing people think of is Alienware or something like that.
Yeah.
And that they can be very expensive, whereas Steambox seems to be the requirements you need. It doesn't have anything overly flashy about it. It's just what you need to play the games on Steam, basically. Rather than
And
like
apparently it
here's some
frees up a lot of
95
power
LED
if you use
lights.
Steam OS. Like the operating system itself, like what does that normally require like a gig or 2 of RAM for like Windows 7 just to operate properly, and you need like probably at least a dual core. And then
Windows
Steam
8.
OS comes along and it's Linux based, so it's probably in the megabytes range in size, not gigabytes.
Yeah.
So it probably runs with next to no performance hit whatsoever. So that bit that's freed up, that goes right back into the games. So you can effectively put cheaper, weaker hardware in there and achieve the same results as the stronger stuff, to a degree.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's good.
Shall we move on to a new topic?
We have
Sure.
3 left. 3 left.
And what would those 3 be?
Those are Hearthstone DLC Coming, which is the new, I think it's called Neuraxis or something, is coming this summer.
That's a good one to talk about.
Nexoramus.
Who all here plays Hearthstone?
Axis. I do.
Nah. Sorry.
I play it kind of. I unlocked all the basic cards, and I've played, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours, I'd say, of online proper with other people. But I've done it on the EU servers, so I never get to play with any of you guys. If I wanted to do it again, I'd have to go to the North American and start all over again with my card collection. So I'm going to do that at some point, but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a Wollywok, and I have Lord Draxus, Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion.
You face Jaraxxus, Eridar! Yeah.
Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion. Oh god, I love that
incredible.
God
remix.
bless him.
And then Total Biscuit, like he'll even be losing. He just wants to play Jaraxxus because Jaraxxus. You face Jaraxxus, Eridar, Lord of the Burning Legion. God, I love Jaraxxus, and it changes all your emotes too. which is nice.
Yeah, it's fabulous.
They showed that
It
there's
really
going to
is.
be 30 new cards coming with Curse of Naxxramas, which I'm going to link for the viewers real quick. Next. I don't know what J-Rod was replying to.
Hearthstone. He plays Hearthstone.
Okay. I gotcha.
Ah.
I see.
Wow, looks like I'm the only one that doesn't.
Okay, cool. But no, basically this topic's all about the new DLC that's going to come out this month. No, not this month, this summer. And yeah, it's essentially it's going to add like a new campaign where you can unlock a bunch of new cards. Let me just bring it up. Yeah, 30 new unlockable cards for players to discover, and the article we've got is them releasing a new hunter card, which is Web Spinner. It's just like an example of one of the cards, which is its death rattle is draw a random beast card, and it just
You kill it, you
Right.
pay.
it's quite good, especially if you have like a predominantly beast deck as a hunter. It's going to be very useful. And just more cards like that, really.
You got an enemy with
I
a field that's
wish-
full. You play Web Spinner. They nuke it. You draw. I wish this would happen, but it probably won't. You draw a beat. You unleash the hounds. Unleash the hounds.
If only
You
Jiraxis.
draw Lord
If only,
Jiraxis.
yeah, if only Jiraxis was a beast. If only he was a beast.
No,
No,
Lord
not Jiraxis is clearly a beast.
Yeah,
You
what I mean
just
is,
don't
like,
know it yet.
you have like 2 web spinners and 2 Jiraxis, and then you don't have any other beasts in your deck. You pull web spinner, they're like, oh, web spinner, he'll probably pull out, Timberwolf, it'll be fine.
I hope he doesn't
Just,
pull Hogger or
Timberwolf.
something.
Just kills it. Jiraxis.
Whoa.
Boom, Jiraxis.
I just-
Done. We're done. Jiraxis, game over. You're done. Jiraxis got pulled onto the field and is not a player character. You're fucked at that point. Because what, does he have like 15 health or something and he can summon up some shit or...
He gets attack. He automatically gets 15 health, so it's best if you play him when he's young. When you're younger,
He's
when you're
young.
on less. When you're on less than 15 health, because it puts you straight back up to 15. You automatically get attack, and all these different new, like, you know how you can talk to your opponent.
No.
Yeah.
Every single one of those chat commands has something from Jiraxis instead of your original character, which I think is just amazing.
You will bleed.
Yeah, and stuff like that. And rather than it being like, greetings, it'll be like, hi. Run's house.
Run's house, I don't know who that is.
Run's house
Oh.
23 has joined the stream.
What's that,
House
Meat
is
Boy?
my friend.
That is Meat
Yeah,
Boy.
like Super Beep.
Never played it.
Oh god. The hell was that?
I played it a little bit. It was my shocked expression towards he has never played Meat Boy.
Oh, I just heard a gasp.
I have never played Super Meat Boy. I've watched it, but I've never played.
Why?
I just don't have it. I don't have it. I get
Sanctus,
don't have it.
I joined this stream on the assumption that you would have played that game. Like,
I've watched it.
I just
I'm now very depressed.
The best part of this is that the facepalm wasn't at me this time. So that's
8.
so great.
And then they had Meat Girl and Child of Light.
8.
8.
Oh yeah, bandage girl, yeah.
Yeah, that lady. With the
8.
thing.
Okay,
8.
I think I understand
Who's
the 8 now.
bleeding now?
Is it the challenge 8 thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the references.
It's one of them. There's 2.
Eight.
There's another one.
8.
Which
A?
8.
Yatta!
Lord knows
Okay,
what
that
it
was
is.
Japanese.
That's your only
That's
hint,
when
and
he
you're probably
wins the
not
level.
gonna guess what it is.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it from that if that's the only thing you've got. Like,
It does involve Japanese, but you're probably not gonna get what it is.
Is it an anime?
nope.
Nope.
No.
Shit, I don't know it.
There's been
Give you
animes on the subject, but it's not from an anime.
No.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
all
God.
just
no.
Yatta.
Don't. Right, whoever's in the chat, don't you tell him.
Don't you dare.
Oh,
Don't tell him.
There's
You
one
are
person
so
who would be
mean.
able to tell him.
If someone
in the
tells
chat.
him, I will time them out in an instant. That includes you, Dave. Although I
Oh.
am kind of required by law to time you out at least once during the stream.
For God's sake.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, it's become a thing now where whenever I mod in a stream, I have to get timed out and then re-modded in that stream. Like,
Mega Yata.
the only streams I haven't been, like, demodded but while being timed out in is Boogie 298 and Husky Mudkip. Every other single stream I've ever modded is just like, here's your timeout. J-Rod did it to show another mod that you can use chat commands to ban people.
Yes.
And Sanctus just did it because he felt like it.
Because YOLO.
And he hates me.
Yes, I
That was
just
a good
timed out RC Face. That's your title, the entire damn stream is some RC Face. Oh, I'm sorry, you still modded. Hashtag the bastard. Why are you surprised? Yes, it is
For those
a requirement.
for those watching on YouTube, he timed me out just now.
Yes. I
This
timed
is
him
not
out on
my
Twitch
impressed
chat.
face.
That
My
is his
impressed face
impressed
looks
face.
different to this face.
That's his yellow swag face.
Hashtag YouTube doesn't care.com.
Cutie with booty.
Dodge. Do I think we broke Dave? He's on the verge of tears. We've ripped the life from Dave, aka RC Face.
Well, it's something I can cry into.
No.
Here, you can cry into my pity.
Your dick.
I said pity. I said pity. Someone else
No.
said dick.
A person said my dick.
Here, you
With a
can
thick
cry
American
into my
accent.
dick.
What can you cry into? Your penis. Great response. Great.
Let me just break my back real quick.
My dick
There we
in
go.
your ass.
Sanctus, we didn't need the demonstration, dude. Like, come on.
Yes, we did.
The sponge.
The sponge. God, we found our stream highlight.
Oh, great.
Stream highlight, cry into my penis. That's gonna be the name of the highlight, cry into my penis. Beautiful! We're done here. There's nothing left to do. The other topics, they can't live up to this. We've outshined everything. Actually,
With
a
the
person
notion that I cry into
I'm
my
12.
penis.
What is this?
No. You cry into my penis.
Oh my god. Across the time zones? How do I do that? That's impressive. Like that aiming.
Your ass.
I get a plane ticket.
Oh god. He gets a plane ticket for just his penis. He just,
Erection selection.
there's just a
carry-on.
penis stretched across the globe, and then just a tip knocks on your door. You open the door. You
Why are we
know that
extending
it is
on this?
time. We're extending it because you're
All my
reacting to
question
it.
is, all my question is, are you going to give him an erection selection? That's all I need to know.
Per- Well,
I
shit,
think,
I
I
can't
think
remember
that's up to person.
an erection selection.
If someone gets that, yeah,
I don't get it.
it's a joke.
Oh
It's
my
from a
gosh.
movie by Paul Rudd. It's basically my dick in your vag. My dick.
This
I'm
stream.
gonna Google this. Let me Google
Oh
this.
my gosh. He's gonna fucking Google it.
Put
Better
link
yet,
in.
do an image search. Just so you get everything you don't want to see right now. Oh my
What was
gosh.
this?
Paul Rudd. Oh,
I'm just watching your face, see what your reaction is.
So, what film is this from?
I'm not 100% sure.
Is
I
it
have
Is it Wanderlust?
Yes. Why are you doing this to yourself?
I'm looking at chat that's even worse. Here, I will read it out loud for the people on YouTube. As Runhouse23 so eloquently puts it, I'ma put my dicks in. I'm fixing to fuck you. Lol.
Yeah, that's basically it. He
That's
says,
one
I'm
of the
fixing to
funniest
fuck ya.
scenes of any movie I've ever seen. Wanderlust. Did we just make your day, Dave?
My dick in your vag.
Just look at Dave's face. He's completely distraught over this.
I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that.
Oh my
Good.
god.
There's your pity clap. Welcome to the club, Dave.
I'm just getting
You were
bullied
better
now.
off outside.
Better you than me, right?
Better you than me. Oh my gosh.
It's hard to take
My name on the entirety of this stream is some arsey face.
Well, at least I'm ripped, you know? Look at those muscles.
Oh, Brenda, I love you.
Yeah, I think you got the longer end of the stick, Dave.
Longer end of a dick.
In David's vag.
Now I have a...
Now you have a vag.
Now he has it right.
You've got an arse for a face, and you have a vag. Just everything is getting worse and worse for you, Dave.
I'm never coming on this podcast again. This is never happening again.
Oh, God.
That's what you
this
think.
Is, oh, this is brilliant. That's what
Get
you
back on.
think. We'll get you back. Oh gosh, we need to get off this topic.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh,
right, we
think
didn't really even talk about it that much, but let's just
No.
move on to
Titanfall.
yeah.
You were the one that picked this topic, person. Would you like to elaborate on what did he?
I didn't pick this topic.
I did.
This wasn't me.
Oh.
Dave did.
Let's
I
have
did.
person
Well-
talk about it anyway, just so he fumbles.
Uh,
When you said person, I thought you meant like the person that picked it. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready to talk. But then I remembered like,
Person.
Yeah.
person.
sorry.
His
that's
name
me.
person. His person.
Well, this is one of the ones I kind of didn't read a lot on, but so Titanfall, good game. I haven't played it. I saw people play it. It looked good. I guess I don't fucking know.
You didn't even read the
Yeah,
topic,
so-
did you?
No, they are doing a
Nope.
48-hour
Wonderful.
free trial after of
Yes.
it, full game, not a demo, just the full Shyamalan ding dong thing. Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Sure.
Gosh.
Let's go with that. Right. So essentially, it's try Titanfall for free on PC is essentially, and yeah, it's just the fact that Titanfall's a good game, and they've suddenly decided that during the summer sale in Origin, they're gonna let you play it for free for 48 hours, which I thought was quite, it's quite good because, and it seems a bit strange because usually free weekends happen quite early on when they release games, but this one apparently not. They just
Free 48 hours, and then you're gonna get hooked on the
Yeah.
game, and then you're gonna pay out your ass full price for it.
yeah.
Oh, we're EA. You want sale? Oh, no.
It has
Please
to be- yeah,
understand.
it's only on Origin as well, so you kind of people are just. I have a feeling people are going to just download Origin for this.
I won't ever download Origin because they use files to basically scan your hard drive. Won't do it.
Oh damn, I'm screwed.
Mm.
I'm screwed as well.
They look
Why?
for they look for other games, so they can give you recommendations on their library on what you already have on your system.
Oh right.
They target advertisements that way. It's the same with Facebook. They look through your search history so that you can
Oh, you mean NSA book? NSA book.
All made of funny.
Or made of funny.
Law
Yep.
never makes funnies. Sad face.
Hey,
I'm
Hashtag
surprised that
abortion.
Toilet Seat hasn't come to visit yet.
Toilet seat, what are you doing here?
Looks like shit.
Perfect. Case
This-
closed.
person, this is all you're getting.
Yeah, I know.
That's all you get.
I saw.
You done?
I saw the face palm.
Kicking him off the podcast. He's done. Oh gosh.
Worth
But
it.
yeah, I think we're kind of run out of steam. But essentially,
Okay. I think we've hit all the
Steam.
topics.
that Titanfall, Steam. But no, that the Titanfall thing is just basically it's free for 48 hours, and go play it. Like,
We're gonna trick you into
Reason
giving
why
us your
I'm
money.
I'm kind of iffy about it, and I won't play it is basically because A, it's on Origin, and B, it just doesn't look like an interesting game. I mean, it doesn't even have a story mode, it's just a multiplayer game.
yeah.
So,
I
I
mean,
mean,
as
if I have friends that would play it, yeah,
as
maybe.
it's free, I'll probably try it. Like,
Yeah.
it might not even run on this PC, to be fair, but I'll give it a go. And then
This
you know,
reminds
see
me
where
of
it comes.
another game that had no single player. Some of you may have heard of it. It's an old game called Mag.
Yeah, I heard
Rings
of
a
No.
bell. Rings a bell.
Yeah, Mag had what to date, Mag has had the largest scale battles so far. And not counting PlanetSide 2. Yeah, PlanetSide 2 beats it. But Mag would have basically think of it as like Rush, except you have 4 sets of points. All of those points have, like, I think it was either 64 or 128 players on each point, and there was nothing stopping any of the players from just shifting all to one point, and you have, 300 and something players versus 300 and something players on just one map? It was fucking crazy, and it was awesome. The only downside is that they were limited to the since all their money went into the server side, they actually didn't make the best gunplay, and that was its downfall. Like, it was an amazing game. If only they had polished the gunplay a little bit more, it would have been amazing. Like, there was a there was a little bit of a vehicle mechanic, there was helicopters, there was whole spawn mechanics.
Just one quick thing. A multiplayer game that was on the PS2 generation, which I really want a sequel for, but it's not likely it's going to come around because the original developers canned it and it got bought out by Crytek, and Crytek haven't done anything with it, is Time Splitters. Did anyone ever play Time Splitters Feature Perfect? The local and internet multiplayer on that game was insane. You could play as a ninja monkey.
What?
You could play as a cyborg monkey. You could play as an undead monkey. You could play as a walking a duck with guns. It was just one of the most random games
What's the
ever.
name of this game?
It's called Time Splitters, and it was a PS2 game. Time Splitters Feature Perfect. If you type in Time Splitters Feature Perfect character list, you could play all of those characters online competitively with other players, as well as making up your own maps. You could make your own maps on that game as well. It was incredible.
That reminds me of Far Cry Instincts on the Xbox. It had a full-featured map editor that you could actually transfer maps over Xbox Live, and it was amazing. Like, it was a PC level map editor. Not like, oh, we're just gonna make it show you snap to shit. No, you didn't. There was no snapping in Far Cry Instincts' map editor. Like, there were people that took fucking generic blocks, filing cabinets, and random computers and made fucking jetliners out of it. And it was amazing. And the map could be deformed, so it could have coast, it could be an island, it could be like a forest, it could be any of that. Like, we would have a set of islands in an ocean with a bunch of watercraft, and then there'd just be a ladder going up to a plane hovering there, because it couldn't really move. But there was basically 2 levels to this map. Hell, I even made a paintball arena style place where it was basically mirrored on 4 sides. There were 4 spawn points that were basically inaccessible from the outside, so you had a safe spawn spot. Then you drop down, and you basically all funnel into the center arena that has some bits of cover here and there. And it was pretty damn hectic and fun. And there would just be like a bunch of bodies strewn everywhere because no one could really push up to any side. So that's why I used it for like deathmatch variants that was score based and all that. It's pretty nice. I think I remember I had like a ledge on each path so that someone couldn't like camp at the bottom of the opening for their spawn room. Like you spawn, jump down to a hallway, then you jump down a ledge and you're in the arena to fight. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, I think we've hit all of our topics.
We have, and it's
That's
nearly...
a shame. I had fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah.
And Gordon Freeman's been dancing behind us the whole damn time.
And
It
his
was-
brother.
It was good fun, except for all the abuse.
The dick in your mouth.
right.
Oh, quit your bitching. Quit your bitching 2014.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm gone. This is over. I'm gone.
Quit your bitchin', Lore 2014. Quit your bitchin'. Oh, that was glorious. So I think it's time for us to give our outro ductions. It's like introductions, except the other
Can we
way.
talk about other stuff?
Well, we've been going on for an
Fine,
hour
I'll
45.
I'll leave and play Plaguing. Well, fine. Whatever.
Yes,
I'll do what I want.
leave and play with your little
I've kinda-
viruses.
I've kind of got to go to bed soon anyway, because I've got work 9 till 5 tomorrow, and it's now midnight.
Okay,
Quit
so
your
I
bitching.
got some pizza to be eaten.
let's go with our outros. Let's start
Or just
going
hates me.
clockwise. Dave.
Bye, my name is LikesToRaveDave, and I'm not Arseface or whatever they called me on the
You're
actual
not
stream.
face, you're RC face.
RC face, great.
Hey.
But
Completely
yeah, you
different.
can find me on Twitter at LikesToRaveDave, or I mod quite a few Twitch streams, and I'm in quite a few Twitch streams quite often. So I probably will stream in the next few weeks, hopefully, if I can find the free time to do it. So if you want to give me a follow, give me a follow. But if you don't, then whatever, your choice. But yeah, that's me.
Whatever your choice.
You know, I won't be offended if people are just like, no, I don't want to follow that guy.
Fine, assholes.
I don't want to follow
Whatever
that
your
guy. He's an
choice.
RC
Who wants to
face and
follow that
has a
guy?
badge.
He just gets
I'm
harassed.
just
Like,
saying.
I don't want to watch someone get harassed. Your fault.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we
let's...
love you.
Aw, you made a friend, Dave.
Quit your bitch in 2014.
Quit your bitching. Okay, let's
Should be a
rotate the clock.
hashtag.
Let's rotate the clock down to Lore. How's it going?
Hi guys, or bye guys. My name is LorIsAwesome, twitch.tv LorIsAwesome, Twitter /LorIsAwesome. I am a mod on Niglaria's chat channel. He's a speedrunner. And proud member of the SAS Cats. So if you want to watch speedrun fun, there is twitch.tv/jerkcrow, twitch.tv/inmydayWeHadDirt, twitch.tv/Strider7x, twitch.tv is Merton Pers Streams. We have twitch.tv, which is Triple Agent, except you switch the E's into 3's. Who else do we have?
Hashtag
Such a
SassCats
big
represent.
Hashtag SassCats represent exactly. I don't think I missed anyone. Maybe I did. Who knows?
Okay.
But and also follow JRod, twitch.tv/JRod311, one of the best streamers I've ever met. Whilst I'm on this podcast, I would like to recognize something that JRod is doing. It is a charity for abused women who basically want to keep their animals so
Very good cause.
that they can have some comfort in these times. If you go to JRod311's Twitch page, it should have a picture of Bella, who is his wife's dog. Please look out for this page, and if you can donate anything whatsoever towards this cause, I would love it if you could, because it is a really important cause. Through these times of pain and struggling and getting away from the abuser, pets are a wonderful reprieve. So please listen. And thank you and goodbye.
Said.
All right.
Now the
Well,
next on
that's
the list.
that's a hard. Yeah, that's hard to follow. Well,
Person, you've been overshadowed
I
again.
got nothing like that. Yeah. So, well, I'm just a person 486. My YouTube is that, where I am a person 486. I am a kind of Let's Player and a Minecraft builder and whatnot. Kind of just whatever I feel like playing some days. But yeah, I mostly do YouTube. No Twitch yet. Yeah.
Although I have helped you get your thing set up.
Yes, you did help me. So now I just gotta find stuff to do on Twitch.
He even has follower
Stream.
alert and everything.
No.
Yeah.
Well, to stream on Twitch, first you have to stream.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you would like to say? Also, J-Rod just
J-Rod's
subbed you.
subbed a person. Yeah,
Thank
well
you
done.
so much.
I'm gonna go.
J-Rod's a
I'm
great
gonna
guy.
go. I'm gonna go sub right now too.
You're getting
Everyone's
famous,
subbed.
person. Remember me when you're
It's like
famous.
25.
Remember me when you're famous.
125th sub. Yeah.
Hype, hype.
Dude.
Remember me when you're famous. Don't be one of those like, oh, I've got, all those. No.
Dude. Scientists will be there before me.
I hope.
I can guarantee.
My God. I don't know. It's random as all hell whether you actually get famous or not doing YouTube and Twitch.
It is.
I don't have a chance in the world, but I'm alright with that. I've made the
I
best
will-
friends I've ever had on Twitch.
Yeah.
If I become famous, I'll just become famous for being abused. People will follow and sub out of sympathy.
Quit your
Yes.
bitch in 2014.
Here she goes again. I swear she used to be really nice to me before this. Okay. This
Oh,
podcast has turned
that's
her.
going to be a running joke. Anyone that sees this podcast will understand now. Quit your bitch in 2014. We're talking to you, Dave. We're talking to you, RC Face.
Fuck you all. Lovely, Dave. Let's just say a giant fuck
gosh.
you to our followers. That's nice.
Glorious. Glorious. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give my outro then. I've been outshined by everyone already. I am the Sanctus Next Lord of Melons. I do YouTube and Twitch. I plan to keep doing podcasts like this every single Friday. Or if there may be some accommodations to which we may do it Thursday or Saturday. Maybe. I don't know. We'll get it as we go.
My name
Saturday's a good day.
My name is still some arsey face.
This whole damn time. Some RC face. Oh
happy right
gosh. Oh gosh. Some RC
You should
face.
change it to
I
quit
love
your
you.
bitch in 2014.
Quit your bitch in 2014. They're gonna see it on
I think
the
I might just
stream.
tweet that right now.
Speak up, Francis. Your voice got all muffled from your head being so far up your ass.
Thank you for the follow, Run's House. Thank
Runs
you.
House, fantastic.
Run's house.
Are you happy that your name
Fantastic,
finally
amazing.
changed?
Run's
can
house
I
is a
just
super cool
say-
guy. Yeah.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
just say, Run's House has been a great guy. You should follow him on nothing, because he really doesn't do anything on the internet except be an awesome guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
House
He
is
doesn't
helping
really
me
do
get
anything, but he's
games.
awesome.
Run's House is helping me get games through the Steam sale. because of the fact that I am poor and sad. And he has been a great help to me in being less depressed, because he's always there to chat to me and things like that. So I just want to say a special shout out to Runs, nicest guy on the internet.
I love you.
Nothing. I expected a retort from that.
A retort from what? Mine or his?
No, a person just randomly said, "I love you."
Yeah, he did. I don't know if he does love me or not. Like,
Well, he did knock
love
on
you.
your front door
I
with
love
his
you long
dick.
is that love? Is that what love is nowadays?
It's
Yep.
making love.
Just knock on your front door with
It
his
was good you
dick.
up there.
Okay, so I think we are done here. Everyone say bye.
I don't know what to do now.
Bye.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
I'm waving. Okay. Yeah. I'm
I'm
waving.
fapping with
but-
my hand.
You're fapping. It's a good thing I didn't stop the stream, so
I
that got
wish.
broadcast. We're out.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
Huh.
See you later.
Bye, Dad.
Everyone's still saying bye, and I haven't actually stopped the stream.
You're making it awkward.
I'm making it awkward because he's knocking on your door with his dick.
That's
Your
big now, so
expression's
that's all.
broke.
Bye, guys.